Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I got an okay one for you today. Everybody says I say I got a good one all the time, but this one's just okay. I am in San Clemente, by the pier, by the railroad tracks, up in the bluff right now, about to walk down to the beach. There's so much going on in the news right now. Everything is incredibly precarious right now, and there's a lot to cover with the holiday weekend and so much to look forward to with this coming month. Before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget, we've got an email list that you can sign up for, and the link is below. First things first, we know that the sales for Black Friday were completely off. In fact, they were off 28% for just that one day alone. The whole weekend was a bust. That's the first thing. The second thing is that this is the first time ever that Black Friday sales online were off. They were off huge, okay? Now, what they're trying to do is trying to compare it to last year, 2020, when everybody's locked in their house, and sales were down a ton last year. So we did about $9 billion last year in online sales in one day, and they did $8.9 billion in sales in one day this year. Now, again, guys, that being said, this is awful, okay? Look at signs like this and really evaluate how things are. Things are not good right now. Stock market's down one day, 1,000 points, then it's up. You know, I mean, come on, guys. This is just such a mess. You need to take a look at everything and, you know, just evaluate how bad things really are right now. Use this time for your own finances. Use this time to get things in order because things are precarious. We keep getting these little warnings and it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. The crash is coming. Oh no, it's not here. It's stock market's back up. But if you don't use this time right now, and when it does crash or when things shut down or your banks shut down completely, you've been warned, guys. You've been warned over and over and over again. The thing about Black Friday that was very telling, and with my Black Friday video, was that people were walking around shopping, but Dan, nobody was carrying any shopping bags. And when you think about this, the crowds were up 47.5%, which again, I don't know how they know that. Nobody counted me walking through a mall and the other places I went, but they're saying the crowds were up 47.5%, and sales we know were down 28% for that day. But again, guys, use this time. Use this time to prepare. Make sure you have food, make sure you have water in the house, make sure you have dry goods, supplies, security, everything. Now, speaking of security, one thing that we keep hearing a ton about are these flash mobs that keep robbing stores. It's happening more and more often. They're doing Home Depots now. They're doing Best Buys again. They're doing a bodega, high-end store in Los Angeles. I mean, guys, this is going to get worse. Now, here's the thing that was very sketchy. Last night, we wake up, walk out from my girlfriend's house, and something's wrong with the car. No, they didn't break in, but some idiot had handprints on the car where the guy leaned in to look through the window. But he did it in every car, and his greasy handprints of stealing something and leaving them all over the cars. Now, we called the police. Yeah, did he take anything? No, yeah, we really can't come out for that. If you would have seen him do it, then we could have come out. So you can't make this up, guys. So don't leave any valuables in the car. People are so desperate right now. They're going to do things. And again, the thing that I believe and the thing that I've learned and I've taken very seriously in my own personal life is that you need to take care of your own protection. You need to reevaluate wherever you're at all times. Make sure you're safe. Know your surroundings. Know the situational awareness no matter where you're at. But also, please understand, they're going to do one of these robberies, I'm convinced, at the wrong place, and you're going to see a completely different news story come out of this. So share your thoughts on this. Again, $20 in the car would get your windshield smashed right now, I'm convinced of, okay? So just be careful. Don't leave the computer in there. Don't leave the laptop, the iPad, my briefcase. They'll steal your briefcase just to see what the hell's inside of it. So don't do that. You're doing this to yourself. So let me know what you guys think about this. one thing I get a kick out of is how every day there's a new problem. And now it was turkeys, 3 weeks ago, we were going to never have another turkey in a store, and now there is a Christmas tree shortage. So you can't make this stuff up, guys. So if you're lucky enough to get a Christmas tree and you can avoid the big Christmas tree shortage of 2021, you're way ahead of the game. Okay. I went to Whole Foods today, and they had tons of trees. There was tons of people shopping. It was just really, really cool. But the last thing that it seemed like there was a shortage of at all the stores I've seen so far is Christmas trees. They build these sand berms up to keep the tide from doing any damage. They push everything back. It's kind of cool. You got the pier here. But you cannot make this stuff up, guys. Now we've got a Christmas tree shortage. Oh, the humanity. What are we going to do, guys? 2021 is not going to be able to be festive anymore. Yeah, come on, okay? Now here's the other thing. The making of this video, Bitcoin's right around $58,000. Okay, Bitcoin, they're basically saying, is in a bear market right now. Whether you agree with that or you don't agree with that, what I want to know is what Bitcoin is tied to that's going to give it intrinsic value in the future. Now, whether you believe it or not, I believe gold and silver are of value in an inflationary spike period. That's what I think. That's what I've always read. I did a term paper on it in high school about silver and got a B+ on it. So kind of learned a few things about silver. So that's what I believe. But you look at something like Bitcoin and what gives it value? What can you compare it to? If the stock market tanks 1,000 points and Bitcoin drops too, why? Why is that, guys? Oh, you don't understand, Dan. It has nothing to do with this, that, the planetary juices, whatever, guys. Explain it to me. Now, I had somebody reach out that is a very smart guy and left a very detailed email about meeting and understanding Bitcoin, and I will do that. I will definitely meet with this guy and have him explain it to me. But again, I think it needs an explanation. What's it tied to? Nothing on the planet? That be. So be it. I get a kick out of all these people that are waiting for the big Shiba Inu connection with Robinhood or Kraken or whoever it's going to be tied to be the thing that's going to launch Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu has gone down in price as well. Again, it's an altcoin, Dan. It's worth nothing. It's a joke. Whatever, okay? There's a rumor that Elon Musk is selling a bunch of his Tesla stock to buy more Shiba. Okay, let's see if that's the case, guys. But again, if you put that $50 in I talked about earlier, you'd have 1.25 million Shiba Inu coins. So if that interests you, buy some Shiba for your $50. But share your thoughts on all this stuff. And what is Bitcoin tied to? How is it a hedge against inflation? How is it a hedge against inflation when it started in 2009 and has never seen an inflationary spike? We're going to see inflation in this country like we've never seen in our lifetimes. The thing about Turkey, about how they had 10% on cheese and 15% on wine, we're going to see that exact same thing here, without a doubt. I totally believe we're going to see daily increases on prices and things like that. You're going to see your neighborhood store not be able to offer the regular prices and regular services, which brings up a great point. I was at a California pizza kitchen last night, and we ordered pasta, not pizza. Ordered pasta, and there was nothing in the pasta. So much so that we had to complain, say, there's nothing in this. And that's how they're combating the price, keeping the price the same by giving you less chicken and less shrimp and less of everything, to where your fettuccine has nothing in it. So share your thoughts, guys, on this. Let me know what you think about this. Are you seeing this? I'm seeing restaurants raise their prices by an absolute ton. I'm seeing the quality of service go downhill by an absolute ton. I'm seeing the quality of the food go down by an absolute ton. So let me know what you guys think. When I got in the medical business about 7 years ago, I used to attend a lot of conferences for other people. And I would learn things. I would like this, I wouldn't like this. And I always dreamed that I would have my own conference. And one thing that I did not like is that you would go attend a conference and you'd have, different people that would come and speak. They would be brought in from the back door. They would get up on stage, they would speak, and then Dr. Bitchin would be taken out, and you couldn't ask him questions. You couldn't talk to him because he's too important. This guy is the real deal. He invented something. He's just too important for you to, bother him with your simple question. And I used to sit there and I would attend regulatory conferences. Those are the conferences to get things approved through the FDA and the science side of it internationally. The startup conferences are basically to raise money, for your different innovation and new companies and things like that. And then you've got manufacturing, how to get things made. I could go on for an hour. Anyways, what I used to sit there and say was there's got to be a conference that brought everybody together. So I started a conference called MedTech Monday that brought everybody in one room in one day. You would have the regulatory people, the sales people, the money guys and gals. You'd have manufacturing. You'd have everything. We'd get the FDA there. Would get really big people there. But I had a couple rules. The rules were that if you were a startup, you had to buy a table. So you were going to share your knowledge. Everybody could go through. They'd go through the sponsor room and meet the startups as well. But I also had a rule that every single person that attended the event that spoke had to be there all day. You weren't so cool that you were going to be brought in and leave. Give you an example. In 2018, I had the number 2 guy from the Small Business Administration come and be my keynote. And a lot of different programs, opportunities for startups. And Ken, you don't understand. I'm the guy you drive in 15 minutes before I talk. They bring me in and leave. Okay, then don't come. Pass. Okay, Brian, I'm not interested. So anyways, this guy comes at lunchtime, greets me and says, oh, Dan, this was insane. I've got 42 business cards already. I've met all these people that are looking for our services, and he absolutely loved it. But the idea with this was to have everybody interact in one room in one day, and you have to understand, you need to meet everybody in the manufacturing and making product of your industry. This is solid advice that you should look at. Now let's use the medical device industry. If you're going to make a product, it is wise to meet everybody in the industry, from the regulatory people that will get your product approved through the FDA and different regulatory agencies around the world. And that's the other thing, is I would get, for one day, my record was 17 countries that showed up for one day. I had a guy fly in from Australia, use my hotel room. Dan, I gotta bathe before I speak. Used my hotel room to bathe, and then hop back on a plane back to Australia in a 17-hour flight. Insanity, but totally worthwhile for these people to do this. And you should meet everybody in the process of your industry. And you can say, Dan, these are people that don't write me checks. It means nothing to me. Well, the reason why you meet all these people is that there's going to be a point in time where you're going to sit there and make something, and gosh, I wonder what that packaging guy would tell me it's going to cost me to ship this product and make this product. And there's serious value in that. And again, I've never had somebody that attended my event that didn't go, this thing's great. I've met so many people, and there's long-lasting relationships with that. That's how everybody should do this. The other thing that we did that was really valuable was we would have meetup groups. We would sit there, and you get certain executives, I don't care how high they are, Johnson & Johnson, Allergan, Baxter, whatever, they're not going to come to certain conferences. You're just not going to get certain level people. But you have an event like Tacos and MedTech, these guys would come have beers and pizza and tacos for 2 hours. Crazy. So those were very successful. You get 150 people in a room hanging out, drinking a beer and sharing stories. But it was the greatest lead getter for us, because those events wow, Dan, I really got to get my staff and my team involved in what you're doing here. Got to get everybody involved in this. So trying not to get wet. Again, guys, just ideas. I could go on about this for hours, but this beach reminds me of something, and that is that, think about this. You live in Minneapolis. It's 20 degrees right now, and you have a guy talking about a January conference walking on a beach. I would have friends of mine and myself, we would go run on the beach and make videos. Hey, come to MedTech Monday and come to our event in January. And people were like, oh my God, it's freezing, and this guy is hanging out in the sand. The other thing that we would do that was really good was we would say, who do you want to meet in Southern California? What customer can you not get that you're trying to do business with that we should have at this event? Because I would then give them a free ticket and invite them to the conference. And lo and behold, Dr. Bitchin's up on stage talking, and the key guy that he wants to do business with is sitting in the audience. Wow, what do you know? And then they have lunch together, because I have a rule that you don't have lunch with the people you showed up with, you have lunch with everybody else. And I could go on about this for an hour, guys. But very productive, very successful. We had some really cool things that happened. I mean, I had a guy that invented an artificial heart. And think about this. This artificial heart was set up that when it was implanted in you, you would take something about the size of a cell phone, put it on your hip, and charge the batteries. Now, what they sold from that was this perpetual motor that, only way to describe it was like a Rolex watch that would continue to move. And this guy invented this for the artificial heart. Very cool stuff, but again, I could go on for this for hours. Meet everybody in your industry. This is the perfect time to make serious changes with work right now. The people that are ahead are the people that made their goals for 2022. If you have not gotten the warning signs that 2022 is going to be insanely challenging, you are kidding yourself. You are doing this to yourself, and you're just going to wake up one day, the banks will be closed, the stock market will drop 5,000 points, and you'll go, oh wow, I guess this is the day that it happened. Yeah. Talk to your financial advisor, make sure that your 401k is protected, make sure that your money in the bank is protected, because they're playing nothing but games with people right now. They are lowering credit lines every single day. They're doing this right now. I've got story after story after story. You know, there's days I get, 500 emails in a day. And the stuff that people send me is absolutely crazy, because it's just getting worse. And it's not going to happen as a blanket response to everything. It's going to be something that you're going to see regional problems that will then be like a virus that will spread around in other facets of banking and the economy and things like that. So again, guys, if you're freezing and you've got, disposable income and some guy's selling a conference to you, oh my gosh, this was the greatest thing ever. Now, the world has changed. There is no January conference scheduled this year because people don't have the money right now to do this. There's no traveling budgets for companies. I live in a good county that you can go out without a mask and you can do things like that, but not every place is like this, okay? And I understand that, and people see me in a shopping mall and they share all their opinions about all that stuff. But if it's freezing outside, this is a very romantic place to come visit for a week, to say the least. One thing that we're seeing quite a bit of after the health crisis is rent increases. One thing that I find fascinating is there's certain jurisdictions. Here in California, you've got jurisdictions where they say, hey, you can't raise the rent more than 7%. Some are tied to cost of living. The city of Long Beach just did one where they can't raise it based on the cost of living index for that particular neighborhood. So people, you're seeing some places where there's $2,000 rent, that is now $2,800. It's going up 40%. Seeing crazy stuff like that in certain areas, and the landlords are getting much more particular. Now, if you ever are concerned, if you think you're being taken advantage of, there's a housing authority, there's different agencies you can go to in your area, but if you were in a large building one thing I always recommend is look at what new rentals are going for. Because if it's near what you're paying, then you're pretty okay. You don't have anything to worry about. One thing that we're seeing is that I know someone that's paying $1,900 a month rent, and in her building it's $2,600. So I'm sure that they could get her out. They would do everything they could. Now, I had a friend send me information where the homeowners association in his neighborhood is starting to write him up because he doesn't have soil guards under his planter boxes. In other words, little cups that hold, water under the planter box. So he goes to Home Depot and buys them, and now they're saying, no, those need to be elevated off the ground. Now, the owner of the building is like, hey, if I get any more complaints like this may be grounds to cancel your lease for planter guards, okay? Well, needless to say, they would love to kick this guy out because the rent is like $700 more a month right now over what other people are paying. So, guys, know your rights, know what you can do, what's legitimate, what's not, but trust me, they want to get as much as they can from you. They don't want you to live there cheaply, okay? Those days are done, guys. They're absolutely finished. So let me know what you guys think. Are they doing it in your area? Are you seeing this? My favorite story was out of Australia, where they're taking people to bid weekly on units. What is your weekly bid? And they're getting $800-900 more a month because people are willing to, I'll pay so much to live here for a week. It's ridiculous, guys. So share your thoughts on this stuff. But again, another warning sign that things are very precarious right now. So let me know what you think. I'm going to end this video with these last three stories. And first things first, Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' space company, they have a astronaut village you live in. It's made up of Airstreams, and there's an article from Business Insider about this. And again, guys, this guy could solve world hunger, but he's worried about astronaut village. Ridiculous, okay? And astronauts who have been in the moon says, wow, it's just like the Apollo 14 landing, whatever, guys, who cares, man? You guys, this is ridiculous that Jeff Bezos is spending so much time on that, and there are people hurting right now to eat, okay? The box office for the movies was off an absolute ton. Normally, you would do about $250 million over the Thanksgiving holiday. It was just a guarantee. They did 142 million this year. It's absolutely done. Movies are finished. Movies are absolutely done. The going to the movies is done. Now, the last thing is the LAPD, Los Angeles Police Department, just issued a warning about follow home robberies. Now, think about this, guys. You're shopping and you're buying stuff at a high-end mall, and the thieves are following your car, following you home, and doing takeover robberies. So be safe, guys. Prepare yourself. And they're going to different neighborhoods. They're looking for onesies, twosies, people that they feel that they can take advantage of. Don't be a victim. And, just be safe, guys. Okay? Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. Please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button. Share this with all your friends and colleagues. Don't forget the email list below, and I will see you guys very soon.